Let's rewind all the way back to 800 CE. A little thing called the Silk Road is booming. It facilitated the expansion of ideas and spread of goods for hundreds of years. Precious goods like gold, spices, jewels, and most importantly, silk. But it wasn't so easy to get them, especially for the everyday person. The resources and products were physically hard to obtain because of the lack of technology in the developing countries. The more developed countries weren't able to move far enough beyond their land due to lack of advanced transportation systems and the challenge of getting through harsh terrain. There wasn't modern mining equipment or efficient enough technology to fill the demand. Because of this, the people receiving the exotic and scarce goods were the 1% of the time, which caused inequality beyond compare and dubbed it the Rarity Road. Now moving to today. Today, a whole lot is different. The difficulty of getting the products is gone. It's easy to get the materials and resources through efficient technologies and world connections, but the demand is for something different. Because the demand has shifted from exotic and expensive-looking goods to the culture of drops for luxury clothing, people seem to want only what's the newest, and high-class individuals are after a different commodity. Today, there's a large enough supply to fill that constantly shifting demand of the upper class. Today, it's the novelty road. But it won't stay that way. There's a steadily increasing worldwide gap between limited resources and theoretically limitless wants, especially as we move up the monetary hierarchy. This situation requires people to make decisions about how to allocate resources efficiently, but no one's making these strides, and the consequences could be drastic. Jumping all the way to the year 3000, or possibly even earlier, the problem won't be distribution of goods or what's in the highest demand, but instead a scarcity. A scarcity not only of the resources to make the products themselves, but of demand for luxury industries worldwide. These goods are being bought by the top 5% of the world's individuals, who hold over 60% of the world's wealth. But as the trends change and shift to who knows what in the future, there will not be enough of a demand to keep an industry based solely on shifting trends alive. The lack of demand for luxury goods by the 95% is coming from a different gap, the wage gap. While a wage and income gap has existed all over the world since civilization began, it's only growing today as job security falters and average wages become not enough to live on, let alone fill the demand needed to keep economies above water. The 95%, who hold 28.93% of wealth, must be catered to and assisted in order to fill any demand, especially for luxury goods, and raise our economy. Why should the demand fall when the potential and resources are available to help it rise? If the wealth gap is the problem with this potential future, what's the solution? How do we fix this problem that will plague our future economy? How do we help demand rise rather than fall? And how can we create a solution today that will help all of us tomorrow?